Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tumbleweed. We are going to watch the winner semis from our championship today between Alec and Ben. Alec is Spartacus, and Ben is Testing Query. Um, Spartacus, I think. So Alec is going to be, yeah, Alec is host. So Alec sets up the pie and offers B2 I10. And Ben chose to be red in that position. So now the game is going to start with Ben as red and Alec as white. And Ben immediately plays H7, G7, sorry, which is a pretty standard move in this pie. So let me just put on the influence so that you can see a bit better. Okay, so then the idea of this position is that white has more control on the bottom and a little bit on the right. And red has more control on the top left, and both parties are going to expand. Um, yeah, expand in both directions towards the top right and towards the left. And we will see what happens. But usually this evolves into some pretty peaceful influence game. So then Testing Cordy played f6, which, as you can see, has the advantage of enhancing red's control of the left side of the board. It also throws a second line, so these lines are pretty important. Let me draw them for you. This line here and this line here, because they're lines that are in the middle of white's area of influence. Ideally, white would absolutely love to get something like this closed off, so that way white wants to control the right side of the board. But now it's going to be a bit complicated because of the fact that red has two lines. Then we get this, which is, well, white could only get this two for so long, because if white does something else, let's say this, then red can come back and close off the left side a little bit more, and this is only a one. So I can understand that. I mean, this is sort of a, I don't know if it would be that bad for white, to be honest. I am not the expert on these positions. But anyway, white played this. I think usually playing this kind of move is sometimes a bit inviting trouble. Like it is good in terms of gaining links, because you gain a white link here, you gain a white link here. But I'm not sure that maybe it's a bit thin. It can be attacked. The idea of this move by red is that you have I6 and I7, and I6 and I7 are cutting threats, and if white plays in one, then red can play in the other. And actually, in this case, all shields are covered, which means that red can capture this too, and white has no way of defending it. And similarly on the other side, although in this case there is a shield, but still the position is much better for red, in my opinion. Like you can play this, and then I don't know what you're expecting. This is maybe holdable, but like you get completely cut, and this one is not in a good shape, and maybe you can play from this, but it feels really bad. But okay, wow, that is surprising. Wait, what is that? That is not a move. I can't even play it. It is a suicidal move. Okay, I am surprised. Alec played too fast. I am really surprised by this. Um, but you know, it is always easier to not make these kind of blunders if you have the influence on, which of course the players don't have. So now Alec has to figure out how to salvage the game. That is pretty bad. I think the game is. I mean, I don't want to be anticlimactic, but the game is 100% lost. The only question now is um, whether red is going to lose it again and give back a chance to white. Because now I have to pass because I'm not allowed suicidal moves, and maybe I can just allow suicidal moves now. And then, okay, this happens, and then I will not allow suicidal moves again. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do as white? That is, well, it is very unfortunate. That's the biggest blunder that we've seen in this tournament for sure. But well, we've seen some suicidal moves in the opening, but yeah, this is the best shot, probably. It's just you can use this 2 on I6 and yeah, before it gets captured. Now I think you can. What can you do actually? So do you just cut? I mean, feels very comfortable to cut as red. Um, this is a good exercise in converting the win. I think this is good as well. Now what do you do? I think this is good. I think the anchor was not maybe the correct play, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's fine. It's just well, is this really better? I don't know. Maybe there's some tricks. It feels very good for feels very good for red. Yeah. Now the thing is, white is going to have to worry about. So why is it so good for red? First, red got a free move in the opening, which is insane. Like white passed, um, basically. So now you're gonna have this. Oh, my drawing skills. Where are they? Oh, but I do have a way to draw on this, which is pretty nice. So I can draw. Okay, we have this this white group on the right, and this white group is going to be cut off from the bottom. You have this 2 here that you're going to have to worry about because I really doubt that this link is going to stay connected. And then you're going to have another group here. So I think if red manages to keep these disconnected, then red has no reason to worry at all. I also think that red also has a really balanced position. Like yeah, it's very, it's not too over concentrated. It's very central, but also some things on the side, like some ways of yeah, this is maybe good for that purpose as well. For the purpose of not being too concentrated in the center, I do think that G10 is going to be useful. It gives you a 2 here, a 2 here, a 2 here. You know, it can be useful. A 2 here even later. Yeah, I am also feeling that Red is doing a good job at not rushing through the game. Because it is, I do think it is completely won, but you still have to win. Like, you still have to win a one game, which is pretty hard. So this move, I mean, in this case, it might be a bit easier, but it is a big advantage, but you still have to win. Okay, that's for sure a good move, what Red did. So, yeah, of course, White doesn't want to lose. White does not want to lose this stack here. So, White plays here to shield, and then instead of playing here, which would give a weak spot to attack here with a parry, you just play here. and you block the line of sight into the left. At the same time, if white tries something like this, now red has a parry. Now this is a very like elementary shape that is very important to like integrate to your game. Um, is that if you play in a straight line like this, then the end of your straight line, whether it's a one like here or whether it's a two, it's gonna be weaker and it can be exploited. But here you have like two directions. That's very important. I'm gonna spend some time on this just to. You have two directions of support on this one, which means that it is well defended, and you can add the third line of sight whenever it's attacked, and it's gonna be okay. Then we get a two here, which is a good move, I think. I think this is a good move. White wants to get, so these two links on the right are pretty good. It is a pretty good idea. So with this move on M9, White just is trying to get some points on the right and on the left, and is trying to get some kind of virtual connection between the left and the right. Now, the problem is I don't think it is connected. Wait, what happened? What did red do? Red captures neutral. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking red would capture here, but maybe capturing the neutral is a good idea. Because it is also an attack on h9. So now white plays here. Then maybe red takes. Yeah, red takes to defend this too. And then white comes back and reinforces, or maybe not reinforce. Yeah, reinforces too slow. Think Alex, right? You just block here. I feel like Alec managed to find a way to make the position not completely terrible. Like it is still pretty bad, I think, but it became more solid on the left. I would be tempted to take as red, but I would be tempted also to play here, like get under this group really, and try to do something. Yeah, capturing is probably good because capturing is also an attack on this. Now, red has to fix some problems. Wait, can white play here? Maybe. But okay, that they're playing some stuff, but I just want to emphasize that you're going to have some plan as white of making this C shape here, like inverted C. And if you manage to make it, then it's going to be really awkward for red to keep this sort of thingy in the middle. The sort of concave shapes are very good at projecting lines outwards, which is really good for attacking. So when you can manage to make this shape, it's pretty good. It's like getting a surround and go, pretty much. This is something that people realized I'd say over the last year. I don't think it was appearing as much in previous times. Some moves happened. Capture. Then white is trying to do this. Then okay, then white uses the h10 to get I11 before h10 dies, which makes sense. So then red captures this one. Now this one on the right is attacked on I10. So white defends it by adding a third line of sight on it. then red, I think, correctly identifies that this C shape on the right, inverted C, was a danger. So you just cut. You just cut. You sever the connection between these two, and you capture. This forcefully captures I5. No way of defending it. And yeah, I feel like that's a really big difference actually between red and white getting this move. Like now it's very uncomfortable for white. Like you have to figure out what you want to do on top of the board, uh, which is gonna be complicated. Okay, now white is trying to get some access on the left, which completely makes sense. Red just says, I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut everything I can, not let you be on the side and try to get points and try to get a solid base on the left, let's say. Then what did white do? White played here. I think defending this is too slow. I hope he didn't reinforce. Okay, he didn't. Um, the reason I'm saying it's too slow is that even if red captures, then okay, you can put a shield here. And what do you do? Like, this doesn't feel like it does anything for white. Like, even just clicking through some kind of intuitive variation like this, it would be too slow to defend. So then capture. I'm expecting a shield. Okay, this shield is actually better. Probably what he played is probably better. Because you gain more ground on the left, and getting this line is not so important. Not as important as I thought. I think I might be permanently behind in the game, but that's okay. Um, Now you can play this or this one. That's fine. Yeah, this one is probably good because if captures, then you can cut, and if cut, then you can capture. Okay, the other one, that's fine. Maybe a little bit more edgy towards the this line here, but it's okay. Yeah, so, but now I'm worried that okay, maybe red needs to an extra move. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So then we get a result that's similar to the variation I was looking at. I'm going a bit fast because otherwise, okay, takes, I guess. Yeah, takes, and then does white close here? I guess not, because then you're gonna eat a parry. Okay, then I'm guessing he's gonna eat a parry here. I'm expecting this move. Maybe it is a bit small. Maybe there's some bigger stuff to do. This feels like it would be impossible for red to lose. There's just so much that you can do to make sure that you have, because white has how many? One, two, three, four, five. Okay, even with being super optimistic, two, three, four, five, six. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, 6 times 7. 42 plus 7. Oh, 49. Okay, so let's say about 50 points for white here. Uh, this means that white needs to find 40, no, sorry, 35 points on the rest of the board because you need 85 points to win. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I honestly think that red could just capture here. So that this is okay. This was white's move. I think. Do you play here? I mean, that feels a bit too much. You don't need that. Maybe you play here. Maybe you play. If you take, does white still have ways of being annoying? Maybe, but it feels like you have so many. You have many lines into the top right. Am I out of the game? I might be out of the game. Okay, so it turns out that I completely missed that. Well, the game is over because Alec resigned. That was a weird game. I'm going to go in voice chat to talk to Ben and some people about the game.
Right. So what was it? Oh yeah. So basically, I was expecting a weird pie like A1B2 or B1 G8 or whatever it is, and
Right.
then or A1 E5. any one of these weird pies that like I know you guys play a lot and I rarely play it. So I was like looking on I was actually preparing to play red in those pies. And I was
Oh,
thinking like, okay, I have a game plan. And actually I realized there's something for all of them that works kind of. You just like get out of the way. Red
right,
can just like move along the side and then go into the center just like and kind of just choose to not engage with white in those openings, and then probably is fine. And I
right.
checked it with Atari Bot, and it seemed like that's what Atari Bot also wants to do in most of those situations. So I was
Yeah,
preparing that, then and then you were like, "Oh, I want to be the guest," and then we're like, "Oh, shit, what? That's amazing." Okay, fine, but what should I play then? I have no idea what pie to play. And then I thought, okay, well, maybe if I play A1 G9 or something,
yeah,
then or J whatever, it's then at least you won't want to be red because I realized I thought you were gonna do the reverse thing what I did last year, and you totally did. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it's too bad for red. So then I just was like, all right, let's just play the normal thing. I should be able to play this as from both sides, and
right.
then I just fucked it up. So. And yeah, that was there's so many levels of prep to get to that one position where I fucked it up.
I know, because I had like a couple layers there because I was almost certain that if I picked guess, you would play Kamachin's Pie, which seems to have
Yeah,
happened. And then I figured after that, I was certain that you would play either I5 or I6. I had blinds against both of those. You played I5. Um, and I know that you like playing big triangle. So the line that I prepped was after I play f6, I was almost certain you would play d5, and then my whole goal of this opening was to get the double cut threat on j7. Um, and then I was gonna anchor and then attack the one stack on I10, which all that happened, I just wasn't expecting the suicide move. I thought
yeah,
that maybe
yeah,
you would throw in like h5 or something, but the rest of the line that was sort of my whole game plan. So I was
yeah.
relatively happy with that, I guess. Um,
Let's see, I5. Yeah, so I10, I5, and then you play this weird move, um, and I play this big triangle, which I still think should be okay. And then you have what's it? What did you play? You played J7, right?
J7, yeah.
So then what?
Because
So
the one,
obviously this
sorry.
didn't work because like, my cut was clearly bad. I just didn't realize they would be not able to defend like that.
Well, the thing is that both Sorry. cuts don't work as white, so that's why I have played this line. Because if you played I7 instead of I6, it's still still the same problem still happens. You still get
Hmm.
cut. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I know.
shield, but it's shit in the other
Yeah, I can see
cut.
because you just curl around and it's both
Yeah,
overextended.
yeah, yeah.
But then but I also thought like, okay, well, obviously, yeah, I didn't get that there. So is playing the triangle just not good, or is it possible to then like just select side that you want to keep and then use this I5 as kind of bait to draw the border somewhere else?
I thought that the white plan is to just attack on the left side,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
play
that's what.
G8, F7, those sorts of things. Um,
Yeah,
because the problem is that if I can cut along like the I6, I7 area, and I can cut along the F7, G8 area, then your big triangle's split up. And I have some pretty easy threats to make that happen, so I think that white just needs to choose a side. And in this
yeah,
case, I
you
think it's a
just
little bit
choose a
easier to
side
choose
and
the
it
left
works.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, obviously choose it. I thought maybe I could choose the right side, but clearly that didn't work. What about
Yeah.
G5 instead?
G5, then my plan is to play I6 still. Um,
Hmm.
like, regardless of what you were going to do, I was basically going to play I6 or I7.
Yeah.
And then I was going to go after I10. Because the thing about I6 or I7 is that it creates a super effective attack against the I10 one stack. And it's pretty difficult for white to defend that.
I guess maybe white needs to. Hmm. I thought maybe big triangle still be good, but maybe it's actually better to preemptively like pre-parry from the I5 stack then.
I
I
was
don't
a
know.
bit worried that you would play instead of Big Triangle. I was a bit worried that you would play I7. The move that I was going to play there was G11 to threaten the double cut on F10 and G10. But basically, the whole idea with F6 is to create two cutting threats, either in the bottom left or on the right side. Because those
F10's
two,
not a cut. It's,
no, but like it will become a cut if you try to invade the left.
yeah.
So that was the idea. So I thought that maybe it'd be probably better for white to just play I7 instead of the big triangle. But
Well, I think I7, G11 followed by D5 looks fine for white then.
oh, you think that's fine for white? Okay. I mean,
I don't
maybe.
know. I mean, I just lost, so I don't know. Like
It might
you
be.
can
I
still play
haven't.
D10, but
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, Ben. Do you just so I can get a board with the position? What did you mean? Was the alternative?
So the line is after. Do you have F6 on the board for red? Move five,
Yeah,
and then play I7 for white,
yeah.
and then play G11 for red.
Oh, G11. Okay.
Yeah, and then D5 for white. That's the line.
Okay. Oh, the okay triangle. Yeah, yeah.
So it's sort of like a delayed big triangle, and I'm not certain who that's better for. It might be fine for white. I'd probably play G9 there.
G9.
Yeah, because my idea, if you, because the thing is, if you have the stack on I7, um, I can sort of attack it, um, or sort of try to go between it. Um, Although I don't know, maybe if it's a two stack, it's not as effective. But
I
yeah,
mean, I guess
What about
there's F7
E5?
for white. Oh, sorry.
F7?
Yeah.
F7 attacking with
I
not really many good parries, although you can like you can still parry, but
I mean, you can parry, but then you cut with an attack, maybe. But then you can
true,
shield.
true, true.
Yeah, maybe that's not so
Right.
good. I don't know.
It's kind of scary. But oh, weird. Isn't it weird? Like there's not they're not after, I mean white's pieces can be kind of safe here if you spend another move to just solidify everything.
Yeah,
E8 after all of that.
yeah.
maybe that works pretty well for white. Actually, I should look at that one.
Dude, I can't believe I screwed that up so bad. I have no idea. So let's see, what did I do? I played the big triangle immediately because I thought, oh, you're like you're not even blocking my big triangle.
Right,
You're playing this like weird line attack that doesn't even do the normal thing. And
right.
then yeah, but it's crazy set. Yeah, the double cut's really good.
Yeah, this is Ben, I think this is also something that you suggested after Komachin Zapawa, where there was I mean, I guess the white stack was on D5 or something or C4. You said that it was better to play this third red move
Yeah,
close to the center like this to set
yeah,
up the double cut threat. And
yeah,
it's kind of cool that it works here as well.
yeah. It's a really annoying threat if white doesn't like deal with it correctly. Because like, um, if red can cut either of white's sort of links, then white's in trouble. Because white's whole setup is based on these one stacks, and if the one stacks fall, then that's a pretty big loss.
Yeah.
So if you can cut those links, then the one stacks become weak, and then that's basically what happened in the game, I guess.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I should just be able to read more than two moves ahead. Because actually playing H6 was really just reflex. I thought I had already read it out basically.
Hey, Shinuito.
What do we got? Shinuito. Nice. Yeah, I screwed it up.
I just kind of, it was like half hour ago or something, and I was like, the game can't be over by now, right?
Yeah, because I played a suicide move, dude.
Yeah. I saw that at H6 or something. 10, move 10.
It
I
wasn't
mean,
even like a good suicide move.
it was a shitty shield, yeah.
It's like afterwards you have all these like straight up attacks and then everything's falling. One of those.
But I mean, I don't know. Probably it doesn't make you feel better, but I feel like it's better to make these kind of mistakes in winner brackets than.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with going to the losers bracket, and
Yeah.
I'll be. But now actually, wait, did I predict that you would beat me? I
Yeah,
think I
you
did,
did.
GQ.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still 100% with my predictions.
This
Oh,
this
that's
was the plan. Was to
yeah,
be
it was a
100%
plan.
of the predictions.
That's pretty funny.
Jesus, that's great. Because I predicted that I was losing to you, but I didn't think. To be honest, like I thought the most likely outcome was an extremely close game where you slightly beat me in an end game after I make a 2 point mistake or something.
Yeah, I could see that. We played some pretty good games with this pie a few days ago, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were playing. Well, we were going like 50-50, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I thought I was
I
expecting it
mean,
to
we
be.
both. Yeah. We also played some good games with the weird pies too. That's what
Yeah,
inspired me to start looking into it a bit
yeah.
more.
Yeah, there's this whole meta layer of like in the days leading up to the game where I was like I'm playing like these weird pies in practice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so elaborate.
I think
It's like
you
the
even
Count of
yeah,
Monte Cristo.
Right.
like you even told me that you would play A1B2.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm just playing guest.
Leaking misinformation.
Yeah.
Is there? So what do you think the score difference is at the end game at the like move 50 or 40 something?
I think the bottom. I counted the bottom for white, and it's like 50 points, a bit less. And yeah.
Because the capture on whatever 13 H13 or something.
Wait, the end position. I think the thing is just like white needs to get like 30 points on the rest of the board
Right.
to win 35
You
or
can't
something.
start with like K5 or something.
A5. Maybe. Try to expand a little bit there. I would
And
just try to
then
go after B2. Just like
yeah,
try to kill it.
B2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of imagine because I'm only looking at it in the end position, but I kind of imagine you'd just live on the
The
left
thing is,
and on the top and take some points on the right.
if white had a line of sight on B2 in this final position, there might be something there, but the fact that white doesn't have a line of sight makes it a lot harder. So for example, like if you just assume white had a line of sight, then white could also cut at d4 and threaten b2. But in
Yeah.
the final position, if white plays d4, then I'm just going to play f4. And now that's like a double attack, and it's really hard for white to defend that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's
in the final position also the red links on like from B on the B line and on the second line are
yeah,
like make sure that it's really hard to lift.
yeah.
It would take some extra maneuvering. But like I'd have to play some pretty pointless moves to set it up. Like A3, and I can have 3 lines of sight on B4, and
Mhm.
but then this feels like just like a wasted move. I don't know.
Yeah, a3.
It
I'd
doesn't
probably
do
still play
anything other than
f4.
just set something
Yeah.
else up.
So I
Yeah,
guess
well,
Maybe K5, then H2, and then you have your line of sight that you want on B2,
that's a good point.
and then
The
do
thing is,
something.
I didn't realize that he could capture I2 either. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I resigned. I was like, oh fuck, that's
oh,
like 2 in a row with mistakes. So if I2 was still safe, then I probably would have mounted some campaign on the north.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's unwinnable, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, geez, guys.